Okay, Bob here is with Film the Police Portland, and Bob was present at the protests in downtown Portland on November 29th, 2014, in which protesters were boxed in and arrested by police. But not only that, flashbang grenades were used, and only a few people were pretty close to where those flash grenades went off, and you were one of them.
Yes, I was.
Tell us about that night.
Well, it was pretty freaky because when the riot police backed up, me and some other media people came up and we were taking pictures of the crowd, the police, and next thing we know, the flashbangs were going off. And it was like, oh, okay, you know. I turned my back and lowered my head to protect my head with my body. And then later on, my understanding was 15 seconds later the police charged the crowd, and I got out of there before they arrested me. And then we proceeded with the march, and then we got down to 2nd and Salmon, and they boxed us all in. I was up on the sidewalk at the time, and they said everyone to the center of the street. So I went to the center of the street, and that's where they arrested me. So
the flash grenades and the mass arrest were two separate incidents?
Yes.
Okay. And so what was it like being arrested? I saw the video from Keith Davis to where, he's trying to get out and he's saying, I'm a journalist, I'm with Film the Police Portland, I'm just filming, where can I leave? And they didn't let him leave. What was your experience like once they started making those announcements that everybody had to move to the center?
I yelled to him that I was media also, and the officers didn't care, and they told me to stay right there.
Do you feel that those officers recognized you, either from YouTube or from other cop watching activities, or that it was just because you were there with the protesters?
I think they recognized me from Cop Watch and Film the Police Portland. I find it interesting because 3 of the 10 people that were arrested were media.
And those 3 people were you, Keith Davis, and writer for the Portland Mercury?
Yeah, writer for the Portland Mercury.
Okay. And I noticed that those mugshots were not on the Multnomah County webpage the next day, so it was like there were secret arrests in the sense that they didn't even publicize what happened.
No.
So how long were you in custody?
I was in custody for about 2 hours. My blood pressure shot up, and they had us all cuffed up so we couldn't use the water or anything like that, couldn't use the bathrooms and stuff like that. And I told the officer that I was dizzy, and I told the officer that I needed to see medical. And so they when I first yelled out to them, they go, "You took the 5th, there's nothing we can do." Then about 5 minutes later, I called out to them again, and finally someone came up and goes, "What's up?" I go, "I'm about ready to pass out." And so they go, "Well, you're almost out of here. All we got to do is sign the ticket and you're gone." I go, "Well, I want to see medical." So they had an ambulance come. The fire truck showed up. My blood pressure was 150 something over 120. Just really high. And the fire paramedic guy that was there sat there and said he needs to go to the hospital right now. That's stroke material. So they loaded me on a gurney and sent me to the hospital.
And this is in relation to the flash grenade?
Yes.
Did it take a while for you to really feel the effects, or was it a combination of being in jail, going through the arrest process, and the flash grenade?
Well, the thing is, you got a shock thing that goes into effect, right? A lot of times when you get injured, you don't realize you're injured until somewhere down the way. Happens a lot on traffic accidents. People go, "Yeah, I'm not hurt, no problem." They go home, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, they're in agony. Same thing there. When I I got to the hospital, they did an MRI, they did X-rays. They couldn't find anything, but what they did say was that I was extremely dehydrated, which would account for the 2 hours, because I just had a bottle of water prior to being arrested. But sitting in custody, cuffed up and stuff like that, you know, not being able to be unhandcuffed, and not being able to use the bathroom and stuff like that, that's a major stressor.
So I'm going to leave a link down below for those watching so they could see that incident for themselves. So what were the sensations immediately after it took place? As people could see in the video, you're standing right there. It went off closest to you, it seems.
Yeah, well, it didn't go. One of them went off real close to me. Another one went off right between two other people that were standing close by. It hit right between their legs, and they both had cameras. So I have to assume that they were alternative media.
So were you blinded right away, or were you looking somewhere else?
I was looking somewhere else when they went off. Okay.
So you were able to see where you were then and kind of get out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's still a Class 3 explosive device under the FTA or food under the FTA. Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms (ATF) has a Class 3 substance, Class 3 explosive device, so it can kill people.
Are there any lasting effects, or do you think that for the most part you've recovered from that?
I've recovered. I'm still really shocky when there's like a backfire or something like that, but for the most part I've recovered.
So anything else you want to mention on that particular incident?
No.
So here you are doing some Christmas shopping for yourself. They have created a more dedicated cop watcher. What are we shopping for today?
I'm looking for a drone.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And they do sell a lot of drones here.
Yeah, they do.
So what's the law in regards to filming the police with a drone?
There is no law per se, except all the, you can't crash it into people and stuff like that. But yeah, you can fly a drone. Like I could fly a drone over the mall here and take pictures, and there's nothing anyone can do. I could fly a drone over the street. I
have learned though that you cannot monetize the pictures that you take with the drone.
Yeah.
There is some sort of a law against that.
But yeah, for the most part, you can do stuff. You can't take pictures inside people's windows and stuff like that.
Right. Right. So regular laws apply in regards to that.
Yeah.
So we're at Toys and More at Lloyd Center, and Bob here is hoping to get a good deal here. He has to wait a little bit to get that deal.
Right.
But I see that the cost of some of these drones have really come down in recent years.
They have.